time. We talk to you. We just love to know a little about you, how long you've been listening to this program. What do you do for a living? Something interesting about you. We've had some great ones here in the last week or so. Really nice to meet folks, first-time callers of this program. Danielle is one of those. Hello, Danielle. How are you?
Hi, Chris. I'm well.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Don't you sound delightful? Isn't that nice? You see that? She sounds very nice.
Very chipper today.
Very chipper.
Nice is the word.
I like that. I try to be nice. I heard the president using that term the other day. He's doing tariffs, you know. You've heard this. And he said, we're being nicer to other countries than they are to us. And I thought, well, it's nice to be nice, you know?
It is nice to be nice.
At least there's that. Danielle is just that. This is your first time you've ever called. It's nice to meet you, Danielle.
Nice to meet you, too.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm currently retired. I was taking care of my parents who both passed, but I was a teacher. I taught high school English for many years. So right now I'm just kind of laying low, hanging out.
Did you grow up in Myrtle Beach or did you move there?
No, I grew up in New Jersey, lived in San Diego, lived in Houston, and I've been here for 8 years.
Okay. Wow, and Myrtle Beach. And what, of all the places you've lived, the San Diego and Houston and Jersey and Myrtle Beach, which do you like the best?
I would say San Diego, but I do miss New Jersey. I miss the cold. I miss the winter. I know I'm the only one.
Wow.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, you know, Chris Kelly's wife has said the same thing, Danielle. She doesn't want permanent summer.
She wants a change of seasons. San Diego is like 75 pretty much year-round, isn't it? It's just about perfect, isn't it?
It's gorgeous, and no humidity, which is key.
Boy, that's really nice. Now, you get the humidity in Myrtle Beach, of course. But, yeah, my wife, I've suggested to her perhaps eventually one day we'd move to Florida, and she won't do it. She likes the change of season, and she likes the cold, just like that. I found it interesting that you taught high school English. Did you love that job? Did you enjoy getting to know the students?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I grew up reading, writing, and I taught at a time when it wasn't so like TikTok-y and phone-centric, so the kids would be involved, and it was great. Yeah.
You know, Kelly and I were just doing the old Canterbury Tales the other day.
We were.
First day of April.
We were going through the Canterbury Tales.
It's because April is mentioned in the first line.
Yes.
Of the Canterbury Tales.
Now, I hate to say this to an English teacher, but I said, you can have the Canterbury Tales. I hated everything about it.
Take the whole town.
Take all of it. I hated it. What books did you teach and did you read with your classes?
Well, ironically, I taught 1984.
Oh, yeah.
Which was, a telling of times to come.
Yeah.
Of Mice and Men, a lot of poetry. I incorporated like rap into poetry to kind of get them engaged. I let them like make raps, and you just got to make things fun for kids. If you make it fun and put it on their level, they will be involved.
Did you find that's awesome? Did you find that like occasionally, like each year, each semester, you'd have one student you just sort of connected with and made a difference in?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That'd be the best feeling.
Very rewarding.
I have to tell you guys something that's really important for me to tell you, and it's this. I am Chris Kelly's #1 fan.
What?
He is my favorite, believe it or not.
Wait a minute.
And it's because of this.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Chris, you were born on April 11th, which is my mom's birthday.
Yes.
And you were also born in 1971, which I was born on March 9th, 1971. So you have my mom's birthday and my year.
Wow.
And any time you reference a song, you reference anything from like that era, I get it. I am like, yes.
How about that?
So you're like my twin flame soulmate person,
I love this.
Of pop culture and movies and music and all of it. I just get you. And I'm really health conscious. I do a lot of fasting and working out. So I just get you. And I think that you're hilarious and you're great. And
BB Shea, get this woman a grand prize.
Yeah.
This is finally a meet and greet person that I can connect with.
She works out and eats right, but she's not annoying about it.
Right. You're all great. You're all great. But Kelly is my definite favorite.
You're too nice to say that, Danielle. Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your parents.
Yeah.
That's tough.
You.
I know. I lost my parents as well. Chris Demm has lost his parents. It's such a difficult thing to go go through.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, God. And
It is.
I think about them every day. I mean, every day. Because they really do. If you've good parents, just guide you. And I do. I remember lessons that they taught and things they say all the time. My sister and I are talking about this all the time. You know, that's exactly right. And, you know, great teachers do that too. And I can tell you were one. There's no question in my mind.
Yeah, thanks.
I love what you were saying about, you know, making it fun for the kids. And because now I think teachers and you know, in this, you just called it the TikTok-y era, I don't think they have as much freedom as they used to do that. So I love that you did that.
Yep, thanks.
That's awesome. Well, Danielle, you're my favorite person of all time.
Yay!
to ever call this program. We should work out when I'm in Myrtle Beach.
Totally.
No. There you go.
Let's get together.
I don't know if I could keep up with you, though. You're like really hardcore. I used to be. I've mellowed out. But you really go for it.
I try. You know what my wife tells me? Mellow out. Stop
Mellow.
it.
Yeah.
Be done with it.
Listen, try it, because I am your elder by a month, and I'm telling you that there is more to life than constantly working out. And if you do a little more fasting and you give up some of that drink stuff and those things that you do,
Yep.
you will not only cure your painful RI,
Right.
but you will, which I know hasn't.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is a completely different way of living.
There it is.
She does sound a little bit more at peace.
She
certainly
does.
than you.
Yes, she's not as annoying.
I bet the veins in her temples don't throb.
Mine do, and I have that frown line, that crease,
Permanent crease
in my forehead too. It is a delight to meet you, Danielle. Thank you so much for listening. Absolutely. There she goes. My favorite. Myrtle Beach Doug's down there too. One and 1A, you know? Absolutely. And and she brought it up, so I'll say, my painful RI has made somewhat of a return. I think it's because of those Celsius drinks. I think she's right. Because because I'm off Diet Coke, but I started drinking Celsius again, and it started to itch more.
I have heard you mention this theory before, and our very own Biggie has mentioned this many times. He said that it's Diet Coke. But to my knowledge, Diet Coke is by far the most consumed soda on the planet.
But I think it's the Celsius. I think for me.
But why isn't everybody else digging out their buttholes? Why just you?
We are.
You see my point? Half the globe is drinking this stuff, but they're not digging in their buttholes with their fingernails.
But I'm the only one. What do they say? I'm living my truth. No, everybody else is denying, and I'm digging in my butt with my fingernails and telling you about it. But see, I was told, and it did sort of start to come back about 3 or 4 months ago when I really got on to Celsius, and I was told by our friend and coworker Martha, stop mentioning your butthole.
Well, somebody has to on that floor.
Yeah, somebody finally told me, stop mentioning your painful rectal itch and your BH. But since Danielle brought it up, it is, maybe she's right, a little more fasting, a little less exercise, a little more of this, you know. She's got it. She sounds like, didn't she sound happy?
She did.
Very. What's the one thing I never sound?
Happy.
You know?
At peace.
At peace. It's always driving and that guy, always being driven for something. Exactly. You know, Red Rachel said one more thing too on the, I was glad of this. On the pyramid game, she had things you keep in your pocket. She got 6 out of 7. The 7th one was condom. And when
you don't think she knew what it was?
I hope not. I just want to go on with that belief that she doesn't know. So when the buzzer sounded before she had to start, I was like, thank goodness. And notice I didn't say, here's the only one you didn't get to. Usually I do.
Yeah, you love to fill in the blanks.
I left that one on the table. I was like, I'm not bringing up condom.
Man slides this over, it's a sheath. Slides it over an erect peen.
I can't hear her say that. I can't.
You probably put one on a banana in 3rd grade.
I just cannot. I couldn't hear her say that.
And her generation, they just grew up with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And she would have had to describe it.
Did you ever have to put one on a banana, BB Shea?
Never had to do that.
It's not as easy as it Let's say that. It's
Hashtag bent carrot.
It's not as easy as you think. I hate Danielle had to hear that too.
She's a nice lady.
She's a really nice person. That was another great meet and greet. You're beating Biggie on meet and greets. You're getting better meet and greet contestants.